Look at this. Man, our February love continues. And we got a very special Al Curry presents. We are doing a first black and white game show from 1967. This is a monumental moment. Because you know why we're doing a black and white game show? Because we are honoring the game show king. Bob Barker. Today we're honoring him on the game show, The Family Game. Sit back and relax, gobble some punch, and we'll be back. Yes.
We're never meant to worry the way that people do, and I don't need to hurry as long as I'm with you. We'll take it nice and easy, and you.
Mary Ann Lynch took off at 7:45 a.m., flew 2,949 miles, made 3 stops. And most of the trip still lies ahead. Now there are schedules to check, flight reports to make, a quick supper with friends before turning in. Next morning, on the go again at 6:15. Then St. Louis, Cincinnati, finally New York. Glamour job. Mary Ann has made dozens of runs like this, served hundreds of hot meals, greeted thousands of new people. It all demands a lot of charm and works out to a lot of Coke. Does Coca-Cola have the taste you never get tired of? Do we mean it when we say Coke is always refreshing? Is things go better with Coke after Coke after Coke just a slogan? Right, Miss Mary Ann Lynch, Trans World Airlines, Box 7144, St. Louis, Missouri. She'll tell you.
The discovery of alien creatures taking life from our planet has shaped his destiny.
What kind of poison have you been feeding her?
She knows what's going on at the plant, the regeneration chamber, the tubes you're manufacturing.
Your source of information is a psycho, Sherry. His real name is David Vincent. He's a mental case.
Alone, he must follow every clue, every slender thread of evidence.
How do you like her, huh?
It'll depend.
And all of a sudden I saw this thing, like lights flashing everywhere.
You saw all this?
Sure, it was some kind of frantic.
There will be no rest for David Vincent until he can prove to the world that an invasion has begun. An invasion that must be stopped.
Stop a minute. I need your help.
Sure thing.
Climb in, Mr. Vincent.
Watch The Invaders every week in color on ABC. Where will the invaders strike next? What deadly weapons will their science create for the conquest of our planet?
If that happens, insects will attack from every point.
Ted, what the devil are you talking about?
I'm talking about antimatter. If this explosion happens, it would blow the Earth off its axis by several degrees.
Doomsday comes today at noon. Then what do the invaders do?
Watch The Invaders every week in color on ABC. In the weeks to come, David Vincent's compelling search will lead him to the invaders.
Give him human form again.
Intelligent beings from a dying planet. Their objective, conquest of our Earth.
All right, you've seen the ship. Now let's get out of here.
My gun.
No.
Somehow, he must convince a disbelieving world that the nightmare has already begun.
You are a very foolish man, Mr. Vincent.
Be sure to see The Invaders every week in color on ABC.
From Hollywood, it's The Family Game. And now, let's meet our families for today. Family number 1 are the Weltons. They have a dog who tries to climb trees and catch mice. Family number 2 are the Harts. Hardly a meal goes by that Stacy doesn't find something to spill. Family number 3 are the Getzes. The last time Dad was on television, he won the jackpot, and the show went off the air the following week. Those are our families for today. And now, here is our host, the star of the Family Game, Bob Barker.
Thank you very much, and welcome to the Family Game. We'll be right back to try and find out just how well parents and their children really know each other, right after this message.
make us sweet for thee.
All right, kids, here we go with the family game. Now, as you know, your parents are off stage and cannot hear your answers. I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to answer these questions as honestly as you can. When your parents return, your mothers will try to guess what you've said. And every time they guess correctly, your family will be awarded 10 points. Now, the family with the most points at the end of the show today will win our very special grand prize. Now, Drew, in that handsome plaid jacket, I am going to begin with you. What is one thing your father drinks that you wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole?
Beer.
Beer. All right, Drew. Stacy? What does your father drink that you wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole?
Hot sauce.
He drinks hot sauce? You mean he actually puts hot sauce in a glass and drinks it?
A little.
Why does he do that, do you suppose?
I don't know.
Does he do it often?
Sometimes.
I'm anxious to meet your father, Stacy. Nina, how about it? What does your father drink that you wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole?
I would say the same thing as him. Beer.
Beer. All right, Nina. Now, question number 2 is, what color hair would your father like your mother to have? Stacy?
Brown, like he always has.
Has her hair always been brown?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Nina, what color hair would your father like your mother to have?
Black.
Has her hair always been black? Is it black?
Yes.
Has it always been black?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Drew, how about it? What color?
Blonde.
What?
Blonde.
You don't have to lean so far into the microphone, Drew. We'll be able to hear
Blonde.
it. And is your mother's hair blonde, Drew?
Yes.
Has it always been blonde?
Yes.
Uh-huh. All right, question number 3. When it comes to kissing, does your mother wish your father would kiss her more or kiss her less? Nina?
Kiss her more.
Why do you say that?
Because they always kiss in front of me.
Do they kiss in front of you? But you think your mother would like to have him kiss her even more, huh?
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Drew? Do you think your mother would like to have your father kiss her more or kiss her less?
Kiss her less.
Why do you say less, Drew?
They always.
What?
They always kiss.
They what?
They always.
They always? They always kiss? Well, doesn't it seem to make your mother happy?
No.
It doesn't? Maybe it's not that she'd like to have him kiss her less. Maybe she'd just like to have him change his style. Stacy, when it comes to kissing, does your mother wish your father would kiss her more or kiss her less?
More.
And why do you say more, Stacy?
Because every time he kisses her less, she doesn't let him kiss her for 2 days.
Has that... Have there been times that your mother's refused to let your father kiss her for 2 days?
Yes.
What'd your father say about that?
He said, come on.
And after 2 days of waiting, she finally did, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's never gone on longer than 2 days.
Mm-mm.
2 days limit. All right. Question number 4 is, what does your father do at night for exercise? Drew?
Pick up a ball.
He plays ball? All right. Stacy?
After dinner, he exercises.
All right. And what does he do?
He touches his foot.
He does? He stands up straight and bends over and touches his foot? Have you ever counted it? How many times he can do it?
Mm-hmm.
How many times can he touch his foot?
10 times.
Very good. Nina, what does your father do at night for exercise?
Watch TV.
Does he stay in pretty good shape that way?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, thank you, children. We'll be right back with the parents to find out how well the mothers can guess what their children have said after this important message. Right, families, we've recorded the children's answers on cards. They now have those cards on their laps. Remember, only the mothers will have a chance to match answers this round, and each time they do, the family will be awarded 10 points. The family with the most points at the end of the game will win today's grand prize. Now, Mrs. Getz, I shall begin with you. The first question was, what is one thing your father drinks that you wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole? What was Nina's answer?
Martini.
Martini? Nina said, just the top card, Nina. Beer. Beer. That, what?
Drink beer.
You don't drink beer? Stacy's answer was what, Mrs. Hart?
Whiskey?
Whiskey? She said hot sauce.
Oh!
Now, do you actually drink hot sauce?
Oh,
Do you drink?
I never do.
You never do. Nina and Stacy have been watching somebody, but not Father. All right, Mrs. Welton, what did Drew tell us?
Oh, dear. Martinis, I'd have to say, because Drew doesn't like olives at all.
And Drew, just hold up your top card. Beer was his answer. Now, the second question was, what color would your father like, what color hair would your father like your mother to have? And Mrs. Hart, what do you believe Stacy said to that one?
Blonde.
And Stacy said, brown.
Oh!
Brown. Yes. You'll have to do something about that. Mrs. Welton, what did Drew say?
I think Drew would say blonde hair, because I do have blonde hair.
And Drew said blonde, and you have the first 10 points of the game. Mrs. Getz, what did Nina tell us?
Dark brown.
And Nina said black was her answer. I beg your pardon?
She's colorblind.
She's colorblind?
This is the optometrist for you.
Question number 3 was, when it comes to kissing, does your mother wish your father would kiss her less or kiss her more? And Mrs. Welton, what did Drew say to that one?
Oh, dear. I think Drew would probably say, kiss me less.
And Drew said, kiss her less. You're right again. Mrs. Getz, tell me what Nina's answer was.
Oh, I'd say more because Nina likes kissing.
All right. Kiss her more is right. And Mrs. Hart.
I hope she'd say more.
Kiss her more, right. You say that like a lady who wants more kissing, Mrs. Hart.
Oh, it's very lovely.
Yeah. The fourth question was, what does your father do at night for exercise? And Mrs. Getz, what was Nina's answer?
Swim.
Swim? She said watches television. And Mrs. Hart?
Oh, she might have said mow the lawn?
And she said he touches his foots. And do you, Mr. Hart, bend over and touch your foots?
I probably do unconsciously.
Mrs. Welton, what was Drew's answer?
Well, I think Drew would probably say that he takes our collie around for about a mile walk every night for his exercise.
And Drew said he picks up a ball. And the Weltons lead with 20 points at this stage. We'll be right back with the older kids to ask them questions about family life right after this message.
And now back to the family game and Bob Barker.
Thank you, Roy. Chris, we know that your father works as a salesman. What do you think he likes best about his job?
I think it's because he gets to work around his friends.
You mean work with his friends?
Uh-huh.
I see, and you think his friends make his job attractive to him?
Yes.
All right. Now, Charles, your father is a policeman. In your opinion, what does he like best about his job?
Well, I guess catching the bad men and bringing them into jail and getting his reward.
Has he ever told you about some of his adventures catching bad men?
Yes, he has.
Has he? And has he told you about his rewards?
Not quite.
What do you suppose, just in your opinion, what do you think is the biggest reward he ever got?
Would you believe $1 million?
I'd believe it, and I want to know how I can become a policeman. All right, Dana. What do you think your father likes best about being an optometrist?
I think he likes joking his secretaries.
You think he'd be happy doing anything for a living if he could have that same secretary?
No, he just likes to goof around.
He does? Has he ever told you about goofing around?
Well, I've seen him.
Oh? What have you seen him do when he's goofing around with the secretary, Dana?
Well, he tells her jokes.
Uh-huh.
And just tells her funny things.
I see. All right, here's question number 2. Which television program most reminds you of your family at the dinner table? Everybody's Talking or Animal Kingdom? Charles?
Everybody's talking.
Why do you say that?
Well, my dad and mom and, of course, me and everyone says, pass the ketchup, pass the mustard, pass this, pass that.
And everybody's talking. Dana, everybody's Talking or Animal Kingdom for your family?
Everybody's talking because my mother and father always say eat.
And stop talking and eat, huh? Chris, which one do you choose?
What was it again?
Animal Kingdom or Everybody's Talking? Which most reminds you of your family at the dinner table?
Talking.
Everybody's Talking. All right, question number 3. When your father sees a pretty girl, what is the first thing he notices about her, Chris?
Her figure.
Her figure? Did he tell you that?
No,
Well, why do you answer that way, then? Why do you say that, her figure?
because he always... Because once when we were driving, this girl came out in a bikini and he said, turn back.
All right, very good. And how about it, Charles, when your father sees a pretty girl, what's the first thing he notices about her?
Well, he shows me, and I show him the picture, and then he says,
Well, what do you think is the first thing he's noticed, do you know?
looks like Linda.
No, but when he sees a pretty girl, what about that girl is the first thing he notices?
Well, he might notice the dress she's wearing.
The dress she's wearing. And Dina?
Dana.
Dana, I'm sorry. Yes, all right. Question number 4. Which do you think your father would rather have, more money or more hair, Chris?
More money.
You'd rather have more money? Why do you say that?
Well, because we just built a house and we don't have any furniture and we haven't paid the taxes yet.
Okay. And Charles, more money or more hair for your father?
I say more money because my dad, we're looking for one car and my dad may buy one.
I see. And Dana? I'll never call you Dina again, I'll tell you that. I learned very quickly. Dana, which do you think your father would rather have, more money or more hair?
Money, because we just bought a new house.
Thank you, Dana. All right, we'll be right back with the parents to find out how well the fathers can guess what their kids have said right after this message. All right, I have a close game here with the Weltons in the lead. And fathers, it's time for you to guess what your children have said. Now remember, each time your guess matches your child's answer, your family will receive 15 points toward today's grand prize. And Dr. Getz, I shall begin with you, sir. The first question was, what does your father like best about his job? What do you think Dana said?
Oh, that I get to kid around with people.
That you get to kid around with people?
Yeah.
Dana, hold up your first card. Joking with his secretaries. I'm going to give you that one because that's what you said you do. And Mr. Hart, what did Charles tell me that you liked most about your job as a policeman?
Arresting bad guys.
All right, Charles, hold up your first card. Hold it so I can see it, will you please, Charles? Catching the bad man and getting his reward. You are right, sir. And I would like to know, sir, I mean, it's none of my business, but what did you do with that $1 million reward that you got?
I'm still looking for it. Still looking.
Now, Charles assured me that that was your top dollar. And Mr. Welton, what did Chris tell us that you like about your job as a salesman?
I think Chris said that I got up early so I get out of the house so I wouldn't have to have all the confusion when everyone else gets up.
And Chris, what did you say? He likes working with his friends. All right, question number 2. Which television program most reminds you of your family at the dinner table? Animal Kingdom or Everybody's Talking? And Mr. Hart, what was Charles's answer?
Had to be Animal Kingdom.
And Charles said, Everybody's Talking. What did Chris say, Mr. Welton?
I would say that Chris said everybody's talking because we have a lot of kids in our house that do a lot of talking.
And Chris said, Everybody's Talking. You're right, sir, for 15 points. Dr. Getz?
I'd say Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom, and she said?
She always says this is like a horse's stable.
Well, she said everybody's talking. Yes, now I'm going right on again. The question was, when your father sees a pretty girl, the question was, when your father sees a pretty girl, what is the first thing he notices about her? Mr. Welton.
Well, I'd say that Chris probably said that I took a good look at her blue eyes because my wife has blue eyes.
All right, Chris, what'd you say? Her figure is what he said. And Dr. Getz, what did Dana say?
I think I'm That's a terrible question. I think I'm forced to say face.
Her face?
Right.
Her back, Dana said. Yeah. And Mr. Hart, what did Charles say?
Well, knowing my son's appreciation for beauty, I think he'd say face.
Face, Charles said. The dress she's wearing. All right. Remember, only your fathers may try to guess your answer to the bonus question. Mr. Hart, you have 25 points. Take over the lead right now, if you wish, sir, with the correct answer. The question that I asked Charles was, which do you think your father would rather have, more hair or more money? What did he say?
More money.
And Charles said more money, and you're in first place. Now, Dr. Getz, you too have 25 points. You can tie this game up if you can tell me whether Dana said more hair or more money.
Well, my daughter seems to think I'm very rich, so I'm sure she said my hair.
More hair? She said more money. More money. Now, Mr. Welton, you have 35 points. You, sir, can win the family game right now. Do you believe that Chris said more hair or more money?
I'd say that Chris said more money because we just finished building a new house and we could use some.
And Chris said more money. You're right, and that's it. The Weltons are today's winners. Congratulations on being today's winning family. Now we have for you as your special grand prize, your very own 14-foot ski boat and motor.
Coca-Cola has the taste you never get tired of. Always refreshing. That's why things go better with Coke after Coke after Coke.
Man, I hope you guys tune in to the February Love honoring the host. We had so much fun last year. Right before the pandemic began, we gave you the best February Love ever. And this week we're honoring Bob Barker. Valentine's Day is this Sunday. We're honoring very beloved MCs. We got this week's Bob Barker, and the other channel is Bert Convey. Oh yes, we might do a variety show to honor Bert Convey. That'd be something, isn't it? We'll see you next time, folks. Bye. This has been a presentation of Adam David Keppel Curry Production.